Coming up, we'll see Ron Rivera return to Carolina. Washington faces the Panthers for the second straight season, as Rivera hopes to even up his record against his old team. Next.
And we welcome all of our viewers inside a place that the folks around here like to call the Vault. And that's Bank of America Stadium in Uptown Charlotte. Got an interesting... The NFL season has hit high gear, and off we go in Week 11 on EA Sports. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25.
But here we go for the first time with the Panthers offense, led out by their new quarterback for 2021 in his fourth season overall now after 3 with the Jets. It's Sam Darnold.
And he did everything possible to rally his team to a win last week, didn't he? What did he throw for?
Over 450 yards.
I mean, that's a pretty phenomenal performance. So, obviously, he and the offense were clicking pretty well. The other 2/3, though, that comes into question. Defense and special teams, they'll need all of them to play better in this one, too.
And his first look is incomplete. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. First carry of the game for Christian McCaffrey. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. So trouble already here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 9. Now Darnold. Under pressure now, Darnold, and he goes down. Montez Sweat has now recorded 10 sacks on the season.
I spent a lot of extra time preparing for this game, watching this offensive line, because they gave up 5 sacks last week in their loss. They just gave up another one now. They don't seem to be working together as a cohesive unit. Right? 4 guys might have it right, but the 5th guy is giving something up. They've got to find a way to all get on the same page.
And Joseph Charles team on now for the Panthers.
Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. They'll call that a 33-yard punt with no return.
And it will be Washington football now with a 1st and 10. The Washington offense ready to take over, and you see Taylor Heineke at the helm in his 2nd season with the football team.
He had the numbers of a game last week that if you win, you talk about him being a gritty guy, managing the game, getting it done. But they lost. So obviously 2 interceptions, 1 touchdown pass, that's not going to be good enough. Got to get that changed around.
Heineke on 1st down. Open man is Antonio Gandy Golden.
Give him 9 there on the 1st down completion. It'll go as a gain of 6 that time, and it moves the chains as well. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. And he'll snag about 5 yards down to the 32. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
And Charles, for this defense, they're a confident bunch. Some may say maybe too confident at times. How do you think that they approach a game like this when they're taking on a team that's lost 4 straight?
Well, if they're anything like their head coach, you know they're relying on that confidence. You and I both were sort of surprised at his weekly press conference when he was asked about this being a trap game. And he's almost boasting that he didn't see anything to worry about. That surprised both of us in a big way, because we know that could be a dangerous tactic, because I can guarantee you the guys on the other side, they heard that, and they're looking for anything to galvanize them.
First down, Heineke. A throw to the flat here for McKissick.
They'll get him to the ground at the 20 following a pickup of 4.
The ball resting on the 20. Here's 2nd and 6. Heineke to throw it.
And it's intercepted at the goal line.
Picked off by the rookie J.C. Horn. And the Panthers are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. So problems with errant passing continuing. Remember, he threw 2 picks in the loss last week, and now another here in this first quarter.
And sometimes, partner, this is the result of a quarterback who's simply trying to do too much. Feels like he's trying to make up for what he did last week, and you can't do it all on one throw.
The Panthers coming back out onto the field for their second drive.
And you know, it's certainly a lot of football left to play. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're in first place in their division, looking really good and looking to be a threat come January.
And are you one of those early holiday shoppers, partner? Are you one of those guys get your list done? Because I think about what every team has on their holiday shopping list right now. What's the number 1 goal? Make the playoffs. Number 2, win your division. Number 3, and I think the biggest goal of all, try to get the number 1 seed so you get that first-round bye and ensure you don't have to go anywhere in January and hopefully get to the Super Bowl that way.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10.
First carry for the Oklahoma State man, Chuba Hubbard.
And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 41. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through, but that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11. Here's Darnold. And he'll dump this off to his running back, McCaffrey. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. Darnold on 3rd down. That one going to be complete to David Moore. And he is going to have the Panthers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
That's a pretty good throw on the curl route there. 3rd down, and they pick up the first.
Defense should be aware for that, right?
They should be aware, but it was so hard sometimes.
Yeah, it's not easy.
Because when they sell that route really well, you think they're going upfield, then they curl back, show their numbers to the quarterback, and complete the play.
In Washington territory now. Here's 1st and 10, right at the 40.
Darnold will hand off to McCaffrey.
And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 41. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Now, that's a mountain of a man that just made that stop, isn't it? But he's more than that. This guy's nimble and quick. More than a space eater, he just made a great play there.
On 2nd and 12, Darnold. Over the middle, complete. That's Moore. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. A shotgun snap for Darnold. Over the middle, open is Thomas.
And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 17-yard line. A good-looking drive so far for the Panthers and a first down here.
And that's well executed there on 3rd down. And I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a first down.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10.
Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. There again is Thomas. They've gone to him a lot. A gain of 6 there on 1st. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Darnold. And this one's incomplete. This will be play number 9 of the drive here as they need 4 yards on 3rd down. Here's Darnold. He rifles complete. Caught by Moore.
And the Panthers are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
So another third down conversion, and now they've got a 1st and goal. Darnold to throw again. He'll drop it off to McCaffrey. Touchdown, Panthers. Christian McCaffrey, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Panthers are going to take a first-quarter lead. See, it seemed like they were so focused on the guys out wide, they forgot about him out of the backfield.
That's a really good point because you've got to communicate, and oftentimes when you start counting receivers, that's exactly what you do. You start from the widest receiver, work your way inside. Who gets lost sometimes? The back in the backfield. That's exactly what happened there.
And he got into the end zone. Out comes the kicking team here for the extra point. And this will be good to give the Panthers a 7-0 lead. So that one a long 11-play drive. And the end result, a Panthers touchdown. Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown. This one fielded at the 5. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. Now we get a peek at the captain of this offense heading back out there. And he'll look to rebound from the early interception that led to 6 points the other way.
And when he threw the interception and he had to come to the sideline, I guarantee his first thought wasn't about the interception itself, but what could result. And I know he was thinking to himself, come on, defense, bail me out. Well, they weren't able to in this situation. Now he's got to go out and atone for it himself, but he can't force things.
And they're able to get this one across the 35. Right off the bat, it's a first down to start the drive, 12 yards. Shotgun handoff to Gibson. And this will be good for a pickup of 9 to the 46. They'll come up now on 2nd and a yard. Here's a give to Gibson. And he stopped after a gain of 1. Not enough. Still a yard to go on 3rd down. They'll run with Gibson. And he's got the first down, yardage before being taken down at midfield. A 3rd down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough.
Brad, what were they thinking on defense there? It looked like they were playing for the pass. That was 3rd and short. Yeah, it was an easy pickup because they handed it to him. That was way too easy.
Just looked like absolute confusion defensively. Not sure why they were in that set.
Yeah, I'd say you ought to have a few men in the box there.
On 1st and 10, it's Gibson. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. Now Heineke. They'll set up the screen for Gibson. So the screen good for only 2. Now it's 3rd down. From the gun, Heineke. That's complete. Terry McLaurin with it. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. His first catch of the game, good for 11 and a first down. Well, they brought the pressure, and that meant man coverage behind him, so he's still able to complete the pass.
Even as he took the hit, and that's what you have to do, because I was just talking with a coach the other day, and he said, look, it's not always going to be pretty back there. You're going to have to give me completions. Even when you're taking some hits, sometimes you have to be your own blitz control, for lack of a better term. Got to make completions, step up, and make those throws, and he did that.
After 7-0 on EA Sports. Washington with the football here to begin quarter number 2. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Back to the ground with Gibson. Tackle made by the former Charger, Denzel Perryman. On second down, here's Gibson again.
And inside the 20 before he's brought down.
13 yards there and a Washington first.
Antonio Gibson is an absolute dart with the ball in his hands, and he can make you miss and he can run over you. Took a little while to crack the starting lineup as a rookie, but boy, was he sensational when he did. Went for 115 yards and 3 scores in a Thanksgiving Day clobbering of the Dallas Cowboys. And Washington, they feel like they had a real find when they took him in the 3rd round last year, number 66 overall, and he justified their decision.
Eluding the pressure right. And he slides to a halt inside the 10. Opted to run for it. The decision a good one. Picking up the first, getting 14 yards on the scramble. The last drive, remember, similar situation. He forced a ball into coverage through the pick. He learned better there.
Yeah, similar to a golfer that's confronted with a shot that you just can't make. Sometimes you have to take your medicine, as they say, right? Just pull it down, take off, and go. Don't make something worse than what it was.
Gibson. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Washington. Antonio Gibson, his 4th touchdown on the year. And Washington now an extra point away from tying this thing up.
A strong, determined run there, Charles, to get in for 6 points.
This is why it's such a team game, isn't it? And I know it sounds really generic and it sounds almost trite, but the blocks were made up front, offensive line, collective victory at the line of scrimmage and downfield. And how about the finish to the run all the way into the end zone?
Extra point good by Hopkins. And we are tied here in the 2nd quarter. A pretty long drive that time. 11 plays all told. And it results in a 4-yard touchdown run. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away.
Fielded right around the 8. And some good special teams coverage as they bring him down just outside of the 15. The Carolina offense about ready to go. After the long touchdown drive we just saw, you wonder if maybe that's taken a little of the wind out of this offensive sails, because they had it going pretty good last time too.
Had to sit over there for a little while, didn't they? You know, they were eager, amped up to get back on the field after just scoring, hoping to get the ball back quickly. That didn't happen, so I'd say come out, just kind of get started again. You know, doesn't have to be anything dramatic. Just get moving, get loose again, and see if they can get it downfield.
Successful start to the drive, 17 yards, and moves the sticks.
And the hitch route is run really well. That jab step off the line of scrimmage by the receiver, which is designed to back up the defender and give him a little bit of space. All you want there, get that space, catch the football, and then make a move and pick up extra yardage. And that's exactly what he got done there.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
A fake to McCaffrey. Now Darnold. Open man left side. It's the tight end Trimble.
This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
Nice rhythm throw there on 1st down. He located his tight end, made it a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he could break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage.
Only needing 2 yards on 2nd down. On the give, this is Hubbard.
And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. He'll lose a yard on the play, so now they need 3 yards on 3rd down.
Sometimes being a linebacker in the middle of the field is kind of like being a doctor on the field. You got to make the right diagnosis. Here he correctly sends his run and shoots through to make the play in the backfield.
The Panthers on 3rd down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. This time it's 3rd and 3. Darnold. He gets it to Thomas. And he'll be out of bounds up near the 45 at the 44. He's up over 50 yards receiving now in this 1st half. It's a 1st down.
They'll give it up to McCaffrey. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6. And his throw's going to be incomplete. The Panthers on 3rd down. They've been near perfect. 4 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and 6. Darnold from the gun. Under pressure now, Darnold, and he goes down. Chase Young make that now 8 sacks for him on the season. If you want a lesson on how to defeat an offensive tackle, that was pretty textbook.
Is that a clip and save?
Yes.
That's what's going to go around the league, and people are going to watch that and say, my goodness, that's how you do it? And I feel awful for the offensive tackle because we always talk about the athleticism of that guy who just beat him. Well, you have to be athletic to try and block that guy. Just in this case, the defense won.
Here's Joseph Charlton now, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. .47 yards on the punt that time, just 1 yard on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. And the Washington offense going back to work. The last possession, these guys were able to tie the game with a touchdown, and now they'll have a chance to move out in front.
Yeah, let's give a big assist to the defense who got the ball back. The special teams went out there, handled things. They've got it. They've got momentum. I know they're eager to get out there and put it on display.
They'll start on the ground with Gibson, and he'll lose yardage here, back to the 15. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
The loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. They go back to the ground, this time Barber. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. They give him 16 yards there, and it's a Washington 1st down.
Well, as we've learned over the years, just because a guy plays left tackle doesn't mean he doesn't have run blocking abilities. And we just saw it there. Controlled the line of scrimmage, created a big gain.
That's kind of a bonus. He's there to protect that high value that you have back under center, but he creates space in the run game.
Yeah, not only can he dance, he can mash, too.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Looking to throw, Heineke. Throw to the right here, taken in by McLaurin. And he's out of bounds, able to take this one up to the 35. They'll contain him to just 4, 2nd down. Heineke. And yet again, it's McLaurin. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another 1st down. From the shotgun, it's Heineke. Throwing deep for Galladay. And this one is incomplete. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Throwing, Heineke. Looking for McLaurin, and he's got him. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. Heineke again. And he finds McLaurin. And he's got the 1st before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. Call it a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs.
Would it be safe to say that as precise as routes are supposed to be run in the NFL, maybe they're not quite as precise in college ball?
That's accurate, yes.
And I think we saw a college route in the NFL there. Just find the soft spot, find the dead zone, and find the 1st down. And that's what he just did.
Now we've got whistles here before the snap, and I believe this is going to be on Washington. Oh, jumping early from his tight end spot. Maybe trying to get a jump start on that route.
Yeah, I think you're exactly right about that. And oftentimes when you see that, that means the play call was supposed to come in his direction, and he was eager to go catch a pass.
Heineke's throw here pulled in by Galladay. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and it's a 2nd down. To the air again, Heineke. His throw incomplete.
Certainly appeared to take away his first read, and by the time he tried to look elsewhere and find an open target, the coverage was too good. That one falls incomplete.
Washington on third down. A perfect 3 for 3 as they look to keep that streak going. This will be 3rd and 5. Heineke to throw it. And this is going to be incomplete. And this kick is not going to be close. It's well short, well right to boot. And this game will remain tied here in quarter number 2.
NFL kickers nowadays, they make things look so easy because normally from this range, about 2 out of 3. And this is not an easy kick.
Yeah, 20 years ago, you get where he was in that 50 range, maybe a little over. And it's a big kick, but now we just, if they leave it short, you're like, whoa, what happened? And that's what we have here.
Yeah, you're right. 20 years ago, we were saying run some more plays and get closer. Now we think they're definitely within range, and you're exactly right. When it comes up short, there has to be something that went wrong because they have plenty of leg.
He's going to look deep for more. And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Carolina. David Moore, his first touchdown on the year. And the Panthers have taken the lead. So Sam Darnold, not really known for having the strongest arm in the NFL, but he certainly laid that one out there.
And I'm telling you, nothing will light up a crowd more than a play like that. Here in the stadium, all eyes were on the receiver streaking downfield, and you know everyone was thinking, throw it, he's open. What a connection there for the touchdown.
Yeah, that throw, my goodness, and even 70 yards through the air. The extra point by Sly is up and good, and that makes the score 14-7. They certainly made quick work of that, ultra-quick work. One of the fastest drives you'll ever see, just one play resulting in the touchdown. And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. A look at Washington as they come onto the field. And they had compiled a pretty long drive last time. Unfortunately, though, it ended with no points after the missed field goal.
And that can hurt the psyche of a team because as they drove downfield, you know you're never supposed to count points in your mind until they go up on the board. But let's face it, we've been there. We've seen teams before. They were counting on those points. They didn't get them. Can they come back now, start over again, and grind it out?
On second down, a run with Gibson. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 52 yards rushing for him now on what was his 10th carry of the ball game. Interior of that line blocked really well on that run, but also the 2 tight ends, they blocked well too.
Not only have they scouted the line of scrimmage, with their agility, they can get upfield and hit moving targets like linebackers, defensive backs. They do a really good job helping out the running game.
Now Gibson. Shaq Thompson on the tackle that time. Here's McKissick. Absolutely nobody fooled there. He's going nowhere fast as he's stopped behind the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now third down coming up.
When a draw works, it can be a thing of beauty, but when it doesn't, oh, it can be ugly. And in this case, loss of yardage ugly.
We hit the 2-minute mark in the second quarter, 14-7. We'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. Escaping the pressure right. And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage. Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. And now the punter, Tress Way, as he sends this one away. This is taken around the 12. They'll score that a 36-yard punt, and the Panthers will take over now 1st and 10. Sam Darnold and the Carolina offense set to take over here. And he's been good. 2 first-half touchdown passes, no interceptions so far.
Does a lot for your confidence, does a great deal for your team, gives them a lead, and they're feeling really good about how they're playing. I think he expects to throw at least another one.
I was going to say now, and he goes down. It's a sack. They get him back at his own 3-yard line. Chase Young in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him.
Well, if an offense is going to throw the ball on this part of the field, any pass rusher will tell you that's his favorite part. Gets a chance to get after the quarterback. It's almost like a reverse red zone. They can create points using their defense, and this time they take their man down.
Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. From his own goal line, Darnold. And he is not going to get away. The rush was too strong, and this is going to wind up a safety. And you know, the man who sat in my chair the last few years, he has a theory. These plays, these safeties, they're so rare. Maybe they should be worth more than 2, maybe 4 points.
I think he's got a great point. I really do, Brandon. But I would go ahead and up it to 6. I'm a former defender.
Oh.
To me, that's like scoring a touchdown.
Easy now. I'll go 4. I don't know about 6.
Come on. Come up to 6.
A lot of points. And remember, following the safety, you give the football up as well, and they free kick it from the 20 now. And that one bounces out of the back of the end zone, so we'll start the drive at the 25 on the touchback. Antonio Gibson and the Washington offense ready to go here once more. He's been good. They've utilized him well, but they're losing here in the second quarter. What might they change offensively?
I think that what you try and do is expand how you get the ball to him a little bit. Get him out in open space, maybe swing the ball to him. What's that they used to call in the West Coast offense, the long handoff? Yeah. Serve as your running play that way, as well as continue to feed him the football. Some of these runs now may pop bigger later in the game because of the effects of running it. Sometimes people, after a while, they don't want to tackle him anymore, or they get tired, or they get out of position, or he runs through tackles. Continue to feed him the ball. He's having that kind of game.
Yeah, might they get him the ball in some spacing, some different ways here. On 3rd down, here's Gibson. And they will bottle him up behind the line, and now will they use a timeout? The Panthers going to use the 2nd of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime. Here's Tressway now, as he's on to punt for Washington. And a fair catch taken here right at about the 40-yard line. 33 yards is the distance on the punt there. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Sam Darnold heading back out, the focus of our players' spotlight. He's playing pretty well. I don't think it's necessarily him changing up something he's doing, but that O-line, they've got to protect him better.
They do. They've got to make sure that they give him more than enough time in order to find targets downfield. And sometimes what happens when these things are going on is that the field general will step up and say, hey, that's on me, guys. I didn't get rid of it fast enough. Anything to try and relax them a little bit and take some pressure off, because they do know that they are trying.
Yeah, well, we've seen the 4 sacks so far in this contest. They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. Back to throw, Darnold. Taking a shot here for Marshall. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in. Throwing on 2nd and long. Darnold. Open man is Robbie Anderson. A good pickup there, 18 yards as they get closer for 3rd down. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. That's running out of steam, and it won't get there. He left it just short. No good. So that would have been something from that distance, but to no avail. Comes up empty as we have reached the intermission. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach!
All right, Brandon, thank you very much. The NFL season going to be about 2/3 complete after this weekend, so lots to get